In New Haven, Connecticut, Richard Randy Cox was put in handcuffs and placed in a police van where he was escorted to the station.
Sarge, 75.
All right.
All right, step right in there.
Got it?
One leg at a time.
One leg at a
watch
time.
your head.
Watch your head, all right?
Yo. That's right.
These next scenes are disturbing to watch. We have chosen to mute the audio. Officer Oscar Diaz was speeding in a 25-mile-per-hour zone when he abruptly slammed on the brakes. Cox goes flying headfirst into the back of the police van.
What happened? What? You fell.
Yeah.
What happened? Can you move at all?
I can't move.
How your leg is all the way up there?
Understand me. Listen, brother.
All right, I can't move you, so I have to, hold on, I'm going to have to get an ambulance. You started a signal 1, the subject in the van, he said he fell inside the van, and he can't move. Me over, so I stopping the brake, but I don't know, he said he fell inside the van, and he's all, I opened the door and checked, I was talking to him, and he said he can't move. So if he really fell, and we're not even moving it till the end of the guest here, because just in case.
All right. Help. Okay. I cannot move.
Move your leg. Sit up.
Why you not listening, bro?
Sit up.
I can't move.
You're not even trying.
What's the hand?
All right, now, almost there. Now get your shoulders out. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Stand up. There we go. All right. Get up.
Listen, he was fine walking, all right? Like I said, he was kicking that door, no problem.
Hold and tag door. Hold and tag door. Hold.
Sit up.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah, sit up. You're doing extra. Sit up.
Yeah, broke my neck because I can't look. Look. I can't reach.
No, we don't want you to do anything. Don't worry about it. See that arm? Just grab that arm.
I don't know how many more examples we must show that plenty of officers in the United States are not fully prepared. They are unprepared and do not have the mental and moral capacity to help the public. This is just another instance of too many instances. The way they deal with this man who suffered injuries because of their own negligence is astounding. Mr. Cox's family and his lawyers were shown police video. They saw Mr. Cox slamming headfirst into the back of a police van after it came to a sudden halt and he went limp. There were no seatbelts to restrain him. The impact shattered his spine and paralyzed him from the chest down, per his lawyers and family. You can't even put it into words, his older sister, Latoya Boomer, said. Mind-blowing. Cox was hospitalized and on a ventilator with hardly any movement below his neck, his family and lawyers said. After he was injured, the officers mocked him for being unable to sit up. Hundreds, in the aftermath, marched for Richard Cox, just 36 years old, demanding justice and accountability. The Yale Daily News reported of the incident. Cox was attending a block party on June 19th when he was arrested for illegal possession of a firearm. He was injured while being transported by New Haven police officers after they put him in the back of a transport vehicle that did not have seatbelts and abruptly stopped the car to avoid an accident. Cox remains paralyzed from the chest down and cannot speak. I want justice for my son, Doreen Coleman, Cox's mother, told the news at the protest. I want the cops to be held to account, whether that be their dismissal or criminal charges. My baby can't speak. He has a tube in his mouth and he can't walk. After not being secured in the police van and slamming his head, Cox called out saying he was hurt and banged on the dividing wall. The officer checked on him almost 4 minutes later, called an ambulance, and then continued driving to Central Holding in contravention of NHPD policy, which requires officers to stay put after calling for medical assistance for a detainee. At holding, after Cox told the officers he couldn't move, he was forcibly carried to a holding cell. At one point in body cam footage, Cox says he can't move and is told by another officer that you weren't even trying. One officer suggested that Cox couldn't move because he drank too much, according to body cam footage. Cox has undergone surgery to repair spinal damage, but he's paralyzed from the chest down, and it's unclear if he will ever walk again. The 5 officers involved, as well as the city of New Haven, were named as defendants in the complaint, according to the suit. Those same 5 officers, including the van's driver, are on paid administrative leave pending results of the Connecticut State Police's investigation, according to a spokesperson. The suit alleges various claims, including negligence, exceeding the speed limit, recklessness, and failure to have proper restraints in the transport wagon, as well as claims against individual officers, including excessive use of force and failure to render medical assistance, co-counsel R.J. Weber said. There is no amount of money and damages that could compensate this man for the injuries that he sustained, for the injuries that he suffered, and the pain that he has had to endure physically and, more importantly, mentally for the rest of his God-given life.